We're talking about the band Boiler Room and their album, Can't Breathe.
Roach Koach
podcast.
Matt, I got to tell you that when I saw this album and I saw the album title, I was kind of like, you know what? Shame on me for not getting to this sooner. It's a new metal album that's literally called Can't Breathe. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about how any new metal album needs to have a song about lack of breath, suffocation. And these guys were like, we're going to name the album Can't Breathe.
Great start.
Incredible start to this. Matt, I'm going to assume, much like me, you do not have any history with Boiler Room.
And you would be correct.
Okay. So what I can tell you is that Boiler Room, this album, according to genius.com, which is, as we know, run by no one except annotation maniacs. They say it was released on November 6, 2000.
All right. So that would make it a thick of it record.
Would make it a thick of it record. Now, there is a giant bio on the Genius page that is unreviewed, posted by Risky Biscuit.
Great name.
Great name. And they...
RIZKY?
No, it's RISKY
Missed
BID.
opportunity.
In any event, they put in, this is a multi-paragraph situation here.
They wrote a tome, a literal.
They wrote a tome. I'll just hit you with the beginnings of the band can be traced back to the early 1990s.
Oh.
Vocalist Chris Leno, guitarist Joey Barricato, bassist James Messelson, and drummer Mike Messelson played together in the thrash metal band Bible Black. Producing demos in 1993 and 1994, unable to secure a record deal, the band ultimately dissolved before the members reconvened in 1996 as Boiler Room. The newly christened band toured through their local club scene for several years, building up their material and performance skills. The same year, they independently released their debut album, the self-titled Boiler Room, often mistakenly referred to as Low Society, featuring at least 2 reworked songs from their Bible Black days in Do or Die and Judgment Day. The album was produced by future Guns N' Roses guitarist Ron Bumblefoot Thal, featuring a sound more influenced by hardcore and groove metal when compared to their later work. Drummer Mike Messelson would later collaborate with Thal again on his album Hermit from 1997, contributing drums to 3 tracks. Sometime after the release of Boiler Room, Joey Barricato was replaced by Rob Caggiano. 1999 saw the band opening for nationally recognized acts, including Typo Negative, King's X, Clutch, and Static X, helping them catch the attention of local radio station WXRK. Matt, stick with me here, buddy. We're almost there. With their music in heavy rotation on the station, they eventually landed an opening slot of a K-Rock sponsored show headlined by Orgy.
Okay.
The next year, Boiler Room signed to Road Runner Records. Now we're talking.
Now you're speaking my language.
And they immediately set to work recording their album, Can't Breathe, with producer John Travis at the helm, with additional instrumental interludes provided by famed producer Eddie Wall. Upon completion of the album, the song Do It Again found its way onto an MTV compilation disc titled Return of the Rock, which was released on June 13th, 2000.
I feel like we've heard the Vet comp a couple of times.
We have. Now, after the album's release date was pushed back several times, the band asked to be let go from their contract with Roadrunner. The label agreed to release the band and gave permissions for them to shop the finished record to other labels. Eventually, the band took it to a new home at Tommy Boy Records with new artwork created. Can't Breathe finally hit stores, says here, November 3rd, 2000. With the opening track, Do It Again, being sent to radio station and released as a single. After 5 years and 2 record labels, the band decided to call it quits and move onto separate projects. In August 2001, guitarist Rob was announced as the new lead guitarist for Anthrax, where he would play until his departure in 2007. He returned to the lineup in 2007, only to depart again in 2013 in order to join Volbeat. Now, currently, because this is a 2-year-old bio. As we know, as we talked about, Boiler Room is back. They consist of all new people except for lead singer Chris Leno. He was back, and then he just got a bunch of other guys, and he called it Boiler Room. And apparently he's re-recording this album.
Let's find out if he should.
Let's find out if he should. I have a physical copy here in front of me.
I love that you do.
I got it from eBay store Bob's Vintage.
Nice.
For a sweet $5.13. I will say that this album cover, if you see it on some of the streaming services, if you do a casual Goo, you might find like a low quality one, which is what Matt found. And it's going to look to you like just a weird orange face. But if you
I said that this picture that I have in front of me, which is incredibly pixelated, looks like a guy on the surface of the sun, looking up at the sun after just eating some dirty butt cheeks.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Matt, this is a man on the surface of the sun.
Correct.
Who just ate some ass.
Correct. And them cheeks, not fresh. Not fresh.
Nothing worse than eating a dirty ass on the sun.
Oh, I believe this is very much a 7 circles of hell situation here.
You know what? Can't breathe.
Can't breathe. I'm eating booty. I'm eating that dirt boot.
Dirt boot. What I can tell you is that if you do have a high quality one, you'll realize that it is a man's face covered in what looks to be some sort of piece of nylon fabric. He appears to be screaming through the fabric. The back of the liner notes have a close-up of the fabric once again. On the back, you can see clearly that it's wrapped around his neck. Like he truly cannot breathe. In the liner notes, you have lots of lyrics, some interesting weird sketches, and then a picture of the band. They look appropriately new metal. I will say only one guy has long hair. Everyone else has very short, spiky hair. But everybody's got these. One guy has the full beard. Or
my kind of guy.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a mostly spiky hair situation. So they have a little bit of what if, and they're all good looking guys. So there's a little bit of a what if BB Mac went hard. You know, it's a little bit of the vibe. What if Soul Decision decided to put a little distortion on that funk? That's a little bit of the vibe I got going on here. Matt, you fuck with Faded by Soul Decision on one of your tracks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hard on the list.
Hard on the list. There you
it's
go.
It's at the bottom of the list. I don't always get to it.
But it's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
How many songs are on that list? 1,000 songs. It's going to be a while.
Listen, it's on it. You just got to wait. All right? Wait it out.
I've never heard it in my lifetime, but it's on that list.
It's there, baby. Let's see. Anything else to say about this? I listened to this album 3 times for the show. I took copious notes, and I'm excited to go over them with you, one Matthew Nas.
I cannot wait, Mr. Kozlowski.
Matt, how are we kicking this record off?
We're doing it with a little song called Do It Again. Oh, no.
Matt.
No.
Matt, listen, nothing says debut album by saying we're going to do it again when you haven't even done it once. All right? I love the confidence.
Do you know how hard it is just to do it?
Listen, they're doing it again.
Huh.
Okay? It's tough to do it, and they're saying we're doing it again. This one goes out to the ones who doubt, so don't doubt Boiler Room. And I love that. I love that it's not a song for the haters. It's a song for the doubters. It's for the people who go, Boiler Room? Not sure. Not convinced. I don't know. 70% chance.
70? That's generous.
70% chance. 60% chance of rain. I gotta say I enjoyed the bounce of this. There's a rapped bridge at 2:10 where he talks about you can watch me blow it on up. It's got propulsion. I can say that in a car, this very much worked for me. I caught all the textures, the scratches, and everything like that. When you tell me that this came out in November of 2000, I think, of course it did. Of course it did. It couldn't come out any earlier, and it couldn't come out any later. That makes sense totally with everything that's going on. And I thought it was fine. It's like a fine propulsive rocker. I don't call it a hot open. I would say it's more of a warm open, but not a hot one. Matt, how'd you feel about Do It Again?
We got a vocalist issue for me. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, my man hits my ears, and I go, yeah. On the choruses, I was like, okay, I'm into this. This is what I like. But then we kept singing, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think that's where the power is in this, because the chords, into the chords, into the chug, to hear some scratching,
mm-hmm.
kind of playing with dynamics. We got some push, some pull, liking that. But then let me in hits my ears, and I'm like, no, close the door. Get this person out of my room.
Yeah, it's a thinner vocal choice on the verses that does not. It doesn't quite work for me either. I don't hate it, but it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, I kind of get why. I mean, I don't want to, we're on track one, but it's one of those things where you're like, oh, you went to Roadrunner and you were like, can we take this? And they were like, take it.
Yeah,
Take
don't
the whole
worry
thing.
about it.
Don't worry about it.
You're good.
We're good. We're good. We're hanging out with Slipknot right now. We're good.
Yeah.
So
2000? Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we can't give this fucking Slipknot record printed. So,
yeah. So I mean, yeah, not a bad time. I mean, when you tell me that this was the single, I believe it because I think this chorus sounds pretty solid. I could see that
the
working.
chorus is right
Yeah.
on, but
Yeah.
boy, the verses take me out of it,
Mhm.
and it's just yeah. I'm interested to see where we go from here.
Yeah. Now, Matt.
Holy shit,
yeah.
they decided to write their whole life and put it into this album, didn't they? Jesus,
Little
13
bit.
tracks?
Well, Matt, there's some interludes. Remember,
for
Eddie
them.
Wool came
Good
through.
for them.
Also, sadly, songmeanings.com,
No.
no help. The Boiler Room fandom, which we call the Boilies. The Boilies did not show
Well,
up.
you can have a boil on your face if you clap them dirty cheeks.
Oh, that's very true, Matt. Especially if you're eating it on the surface of the sun.
You're gonna have boils everywhere on the surface of the
Oh
sun.
man, imagine working at NASA, looking at the telescope, like, what's that dot on the sun there? Zoom in on that.
Oh man, it's some guy.
Some guy eating. Oh no, that's dirty ass. Oh no, zoom out.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
How is that even possible?
Right? So many questions. So I had to go over to Amazon.com and look up the album reviews there. And I found quite a few. The first one is from Metal Punk. They rated this album a 4.0 out of 5. They said that this was a solid album from a great band. This is from November 8th, 2004. This was a verified purchase.
So they got it in hand.
In hand. Man, I'm glad I grew up on the East Coast. Being out in LA, I would have never heard of Boiler Room. When I first heard them, it was on a college station. They were a local band called who used to be called Bible Black. I've always known them as Boiler Room, though. I actually have the album they released independently before this one, which, by the way, has that song Low Society that another reviewer had mentioned. And no, I would never even think of selling it. And back then, they had a darker, heavier sound. The big problem I had with this album was my first impression. When I first started listening, it sounded like they had abandoned their doomy, downtuned sound for a newer, more accessible sound. It sounded like any other band that's played on the new rock stations. Then I got through some more of the album and realized that they're trying to pioneer the genre instead of blending in with it. Insomnia is hands down my favorite track, with such a powerful yet simple riff, along with a strong vocal melody and a superb overall feel to the song. Superficial is also a strong track, and Patience is another standout, but honestly, I can't say anything bad about any of the songs on this CD. It's just sad that the record companies gave up on them so easily, and they had to call it quits. Now, what I really like about this review is the fact that in the middle, he's, don't even think about trying to get me to sell my limited edition Boiler Room album. Don't even think about sliding
It's
to these.
not happening.
It's not for sale. I'm just telling you a fact of what I own, not for sale. This isn't an advertisement. Don't roll into my DMs with a number. Certainly don't roll into my DMs with a big number. How dare you? How dare you roll into my DMs with a big number? Don't do it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm looking at my DMs right now. Don't you dare. Don't you dare roll in with a big number.
Don't you dare.
Don't you fucking dare. I'm in my DMs right now and I'm waiting, but I don't you dare.
Bloop.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's just spam.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this person likes my eyes, but they want me to DM their friend.
You have eyes.
You have eyes.
Also,
Also,
they
here's
stole
20.
that song from Primus.
Absolutely. All right, Matt. Let's talk about this next song. Let's listen
do
to
it.
first. It's called "It's Real."
It's real.
So he goes full Draymond on that chorus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Disturbed boys, lock your doors.
Well, the thing about it, though, is this is the same time. This had to have been made concurrently with when The Sickness was being made. And I think the problem here is that when you have, because I could hear somebody hearing this and going, what's the difference here? And the difference here is that on this song called "It's Real," in which the lead singer is realizing that it's time for him to realize who he is. In this time, he's been lying to himself. Maybe he's been lying to you. Maybe he's just been not realizing who he needs to be. He needs to self-actualize. And now it's real. He's gonna be real, and that entails him kicking you in the grill. Let's contrast that. Compare and contrast with one David Draymond, who's a maniac.
A full-blown maniac.
All right? He's nuts. You listen to The Sickness and you're like, oh no, this guy's out of his mind.
Something's wrong with this guy.
Something's wrong with this guy. There's no mommy rant. He's still trying to defend it and explain.
Oh, you mean The Rant?
The Rant? Exactly. This guy's unhinged. You're over here being like, kick him in the grill. It's like it's too little too late. It's too little too late. It's like I have a maniac over here in my corner. You cannot compare. You cannot compare. And here's the thing. I like the growls. I thought this was a decent rocker, but it does feel like you need to be a little wackier. You need to be crazier. Kick him in the grill. That sounds like something somebody would say at like a middle school fight. You know, not like a fight, like a bar fight. In a bar fight, somebody'd say fuck him up. But kick him in the grill
or kill him.
Or kill him, exactly. But kick him in the grill, yeah, that's PG-13 at best.
At best.
At best. Matt, how'd you feel about this one?
I was delighted to hear the kick him in the grill, though, because I felt like we were taking an energy shift. I just have a vocalist issue. I don't know if it's going to go away. When we got to the chorus, I definitely felt that Disturbed sound. But seeing that Disturbed was released in March of 2000, and this, obviously November, but if it was shelved multiple times, so I don't know if there was a connection, an East Coast connection with Disturbed. Hard to tell, but yeah, these verses are leaving me cold, and it's just a personal preference thing. This does not get me going. This just kind of cools me off and makes me think, this is your big rock band? That's cute. You know what I mean? It's just kind of got like great leather jacket. Who you got in the back there? Really?
Well, Matt, you'll be thrilled to know that there's a review on Amazon from Michael.
Oh, great.
He gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Reviewed it on December 13th, 2000. Said, this album rocks. Any fan of hard rock should check this out. They have a single hit in stations all over the nation called Do It Again, which is track 1. There isn't a dull track on this album. My favorites are Do It Again, Patience, Can I Live, and Hopeless. These guys are from New York City. Look for them on the road. Check out Can't Breathe. Michael, Street Team.
Street teaming it up.
He's street teaming it up. And you might say, Lauren, Matt, how do you know? What was the tell? And I can tell you that no normal human being says they have a single hit in stations all over the nation. Okay? That's not normal person talk.
No,
okay?
That is a line that they say, make sure you say something about the single that's hitting the nation.
In the nation. Stations all over the nation. Yeah.
That sounds like fucking PR.
Yeah. And they were like, Michael, I'm sending you straight to the Amazon section. I mean, I will say also, I do not believe this was not a verified purchase. So there you
Definite
go.
street team.
Definite street team.
They got that thing for free.
Absolutely. It's got little, well, let's see. I have a little hole punch in mine. So I might have Michael's. You don't know. I might have Michael's.
Get that sweet promo.
All right, Matt. Up next, we have a song called Superficial.
This does not. This hard rock does not get my cock hard. This is for
Wow.
somebody else.
Matt, I got to tell you, when I saw the song was called Superficial, I said, if he does not yell the word superficial at the chorus, then I'm going to need to go back to eBay Seller Bob's Vintage and say, give me that money back. Give me my 513 back. But he does. He does. And I got to say, I appreciated that. I appreciated them saying, okay, I'm going to scream superficial. And then to say, I can't stand to be just like you, a shallow fool, which that once again is also one of those things where I'm like, you know what? It needs to be a little weirder. You know, I can't not compare it to Disturbed, you know?
Here's where I'm at.
Uh-huh.
It's like musically, I'm on board. I like these. I think the band and the songs are interesting. This vocalist is a no-go for me. This is no fly zone.
And it's funny as Matt, they're back and he got
And
rid
he's
of all
the dirty
pepper.
I know, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's the weakest link. I'm like, you get Lejean on these tracks? If we're going to sing, get fucking the singer. Get Lejean on these?
Mm.
Then I would believe it and it would crush.
You know who would rule these two?
Who?
And I know he's a little bit of like a controversial guy these days, but the Flaw guy, he would nail these two.
Yes.
He would really nail it.
I agree. I just don't think this gentleman has the gravitas in the pipes to pull it off. Like when you do a Draymond's fucking crazy on Sickness. And subsequent releases really but like he is fully unhinged on the Sickness. And it's just, this feels, you know what? Re-record it. Give it another crack.
Well, as we know, when we did listen to the new song that they put out, he really, really is leaning to the Draymond sound. So maybe if he sounds even more like Draymond in his vocals, maybe that will help. Who knows?
Might.
I'm curious to hear what the new situation. I mean, I hope this is a situation though where they re-record the record and then they put the metalcore filter on everything. Like that would
I can't.
Don't do that. Matt can't anymore, all right? Okay.
I just need to hear a different guitar, even if it's crappily produced.
Matt,
give me new guitar tones.
Matt can't take the metalcore sound anymore. The metalcore preset, you cannot send it to him anymore. If you send him another band that sounds Bring Me the Horizon, he will take you to the horizon where you will find a man eating a dirty ass. And Matt will be like, it's better than hearing that metalcore sound again.
This is the future.
Matt,
this is your future on the sun.
Future on the sun. Matt, I have a review here from Amazon.com. It's from DJ Tony. He gave the album 4 out of 5 stars. He named his review Boiling. He reviewed this on June 26, 2001. Once again, Amazon.com introduced this to me, and I think Boiler Room is a great band. This CD just boils with good songs. Get it?
Yeah, DJ Tony.
DJ Tony.
We get it.
I get it. DJ Tony, I know that if I click on your name, you probably have a bunch of really great bits strewn throughout Amazon.com, which is apparently where you discover all your new music. I love it. Just imagining that guy. Hey, where do you find out new music?
Oh, dude, Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
From A to Z.
You just click through the different bands and listen to a 30-second preview?
Well, in 2001, there's no preview at all. I just look at a cover and I go,
oh,
that looks like a guy eating them dirt cheeks.
And you were like, put it in the cart. Put it in the cart.
Well, I just ordered the Divine Comedy. So.
Well, Matt, listen, I think it's time to talk about, or listen to. I can't want to talk about. I want to listen.
You want to talk about everything, buddy.
I'm a talker. Matt, let's listen to the song Insomnia.
Wait a minute. Was that lyric, it tears me up, And
Matt, it tears me up and always ruins my day because, Matt, this is a song that is literally about insomnia. There is no subtext. This is literally a song about insomnia and what it's like to have insomnia. And I love that about it because I was waiting for the twist on it, and the twist is that it's literally
no twist.
no twist. And then to end the chorus with "it tears me up and always ruins my day" is, well, sure, we all agree. Not getting enough sleep, awful. And I just am trying. I always think about.
I call this song "Bummers."
Yeah. Well, it's funny as I was like, no wonder there's no song meanings comments. There's no.
There's no subtext. It's all text.
It's all there. Like if you needed clarity, what's wrong? Like it's literally about insomnia. It's literally about how it's no good, and it's like, what are the things keeping you up? It's the things that you've done and the things you worried you might do. Oh, the past and future? Oh, yes, welcome. Yep, these are all things that keep us up at night. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, what am I going to do?
The human experience,
Matt, it is the human experience, and I have a feeling that the thought process was, let's make an incredibly relatable song that everyone's going to get. And I feel like this one just might be a little too specific because I just don't see this being one where someone's like, gotta listen to that song about how it sucks about not getting enough sleep. Yeah.
But it's also the best song in the album so far.
I mean, it rocks. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it does what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I found his vocals okay on this one. I like, but I don't know, man. Sometimes when you sing the title of your song and it's Insomnia, which is already kind of like
rolls off the tongue.
Right. So you got a ham fist
a barrel roll.
No barrel roll. Insomnia. But I do like that it didn't even try to rhyme anything with insomnia, but insomnia. They were just like, just do some rap hands.
Yeah.
It's hard. Get some sleep, but you can't get to sleep.
Matt, here it is. Insomnia, can't sleep. Well, I guess I can't. Insomnia, can't stress because my life's a mess. Insomnia, I can't take it. It tears me up and always ruins my day. I mean, they definitely played it and they were like, this is facts. These are all facts about dealing with insomnia. You know what? And, maybe it was a situation, where they read the Stephen King book, Insomnia, and said, I feel like this ending is unsatisfying and I need to do something about it. I'm going to give you a very straight ahead song.
I'm going to take the law into my own hands.
Absolutely. Matt, we got a review from Frankie Tran.
Frankie Tran coming through with the big review.
Amazon.com, 3 out of 5 stars. The headline of this review, a so-so debut from this New York band. They reviewed on January 3rd, 2001. This album was originally due on Roadrunner, which I have. I don't know what that means. And since the band was dropped, the band signed to a new label. The CD starts off quite well with the energetic track Do It Again. But after the 5th track starts to go up and down with no constant energy. It seems as if the first 5 tracks are good, but the remaining tracks seem to lack effort. The vocals are great. I love the variety and style. Guitars use a variety of styles and riffs to create diversity, which is done quite uniquely. Drumming is okay, and at times the bass is non-existent. It is a good CD, but I recommend you listen to it before buying. Great for fans of the new hard rock bands such as Liquid Gang and Full Devil Jacket. I like the twist there at the end. Listen, this is for fans of a band you've never heard of and another band you've barely heard of. Listen, if you're a fan of
a Pop Tigma Berserk,
if you're a fan of Rattle and Cage and Jackamopes, then you're going to love this band. Wait, I'm sorry. What band? Rattle and Cage? You don't know Rattle and Cage? You don't know the Rattlers?
If you're a big Chris and Cozy guy, but love the hard stylings of How Job, you're gonna love
How Job. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Do you have any better reference? Do you have another? Is there another band?
I don't have a one.
You don't have another? Oh, okay. How Job. Okay, well, I'm not familiar with
that. If you're looking for a substitute for your favorite band, Sterile.
Then I don't know. Once again, these references.
Maybe this and 16 volt will be good for you.
What? A battery? Okay.
Have you heard Battery? They're very good.
No. All right, Matt. Up next.
It's a shame.
Yeah, up next, Matt, we have an instrumental called Crash, which then leads into Patience.
That shit. Hell, can't do it. Hate it.
Matt, give the song a little bit more patience, please.
All right. Motherfucker.
Matt, this is a song about when you're out of patience and you have to let out the rage within. You cannot wait any longer. You're out of patience. And as we all know, patience is all about maintaining the rage within. If you are standing in line at the supermarket and you are waiting, you know that yourself and everyone around you is just trying to contain the rage within. And that's what the song is about. I got to tell you that when I listened to it the first time, I thought when he was doing the Draymond thing, I was like, oh, this is the chorus. And then he started screaming patience. And I said, of course he's going to scream patience. And yes, of course. No duh. I like this one. I don't know. I like the propulsion of it. And I liked initially I thought it was like a Wake Up Sheeple song, but then I realized that it's about the doubters too. And that he's great. You just also need to have the patience to give him a chance. But also he is out of patience. So he's asking for patience, but also he has none to give,
So,
that's kind of a big ask.
hypocritical.
A little bit. And a little bit. I got to say that's also, if there was a song in this album called Hypocrite, and he would screaming
Perfect.
hypocrite.
Yeah, I'd just be screaming hypocrite.
Yeah. Matt, how'd you feel about this one?
Yeah, it's funny that we've been joking around cheeks all night when this is severely butt. Like they're so butt adjacent throughout this album. It's ridiculous. You got a lot of yarly, a lot of yarls. I mean, it rhythmically they're much more in the hard rock tune. They're almost new metal at times, but the vocalist takes them back into hard rock a lot more than propels them into new metal so far. And that almost takes them into butt territory. We are certainly butt adjacent.
Well, man, I'll let you know that on Discogs, they are listed as new metal and alternative metal as their style, but their genre is rock.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm looking at this cover now, and all I see is a dude with a face that's just the dirtiest ass I've ever seen.
Fucking caked in Duke.
It's so gross. The fact that he even went in to begin with makes me wonder maybe he's into that.
This is what he likes.
This is what he likes.
This guy, fucking monster.
This guy's a fucking freak. He's a fucking freak.
Hey man, I ain't here to yuck your yum, but also,
if this is your situation, put this on the album.
Right? Yeah. If that's what you're into,
yeah. Where's this dirty cheek action?
Dial it up and
yeah, man.
Where's this dirty cheek action on the album?
Yeah, man. We got songs very specifically about insomnia. Let's talk about, the terrible mouth infections you're getting from eating shit. Come on, Matt. Amazon.com.
Yep.
Reviewer Anne. She gave this album a 5 out of 5 rating. Her headline was, all caps, insane. She reviewed this on February 6, 2001. She said, this CD has made me crazy. Not literally. This band's been, I like that. She calls the review insane. First thing, this CD has made me crazy. Not literally. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
It's okay, Ann.
I'm already back.
We know.
This band has very simple lyrics, but they mean so much if you actually take the time to listen to them. Oh, you mean Patience, Anne? Duly noted.
She does have something there.
I have seen this band 4 times live in concert, and they are awesome. So please give them the support that they deserve.
Aww.
And are you one of their moms? This strikes me as such a mom review. My little boy's in a rock band, and they're a little crazy, I guess, insane. And then be like, she types the first thing. This CD made me crazy. Well, not not really.
Not
You know,
really.
she doesn't want somebody who like knows she reviews on Amazon to click through and then see this CD made me crazy and call her up and go, Anne, are you okay?
Anne, are you okay? What did that CD do to you?
Does CD make you crazy? And she was like, didn't you see? I said not literally. Oh, good. Okay. Because that's the other thing was why someone this folksy has seen Boiler Room live 4 times by February of 2001. 4 times?
Big mom energy.
That's big mom energy. All right. Listen, if you told me that Anne is sitting at the table with all the coats on it, I'd believe you. Okay. I believe you. All right, Matt. It's the title track. It's Can't Breathe.
All right. Now we've got I enjoyed the verses on this one a little bit more than I liked that chorus because he went for that kind of hip hop style. He was like, this song, love this song.
This song's a bop.
Song's a bop.
It's a bop. We're bopping around. And it's so funny because it has this very up energy and is literally about how you cannot breathe. I went through the lyrics and it seems to be literally about being so literally physically stifled by someone that you cannot breathe. And then I'm like, wait, I mean, how close is this person? Is this person like in your personal space? Or are you nose deep in them cheeks?
That's all I'm saying.
Is this just a thought? This is a thought that I didn't have. I didn't have this thought when I was listening to this album 3 times, but now that Matt Nas has put it in my head, that's all I can
All I'm doing is planting seeds.
Yeah.
Based on what my eyes see.
And sadly, I'm apparently finding them. Because I'm in there.
We in them cheeks.
And they don't always digest right. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
You get me. So I like the bibbity bop of this one.
Yeah, it's got a good thing. Yeah, sometimes he doesn't need to sing, I guess, you know? Just mix it up a little variety.
Yeah.
You know, because when he sings, I mean, he's just kind of got a natural yarl that I'm not into. And, you know, if you're into that, that's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want him. Yeah. It is that thing, though, where it's like, if he was crazier, because I want to read you this verse here.
Yeah.
Sick and tired that you think you know it. All your bullshit advice don't fit my life. And you got the balls to tell me how to live with a fake concern, but you're the one who's fucking got to learn to speak to people with respect. Because I tell you right now, I ain't buying that ego shit. Got something to say. It better be nice because I ain't in the mood. Now, when I look at that and I hear it, I think this person is gonna get taken out. I'm sorry, but when you say I'm not, if you're gonna say something, it better be nice because I'm not in the mood. I'm sorry. David Draymond just unhinged his jaw and ate you whole. You're done. You're done. You're not gonna be able to hang with the maniacs. All right, you're not gonna be able to hang with the freaks and the weirdos. Okay, Mudvayne is right over here with fake bullet holes on their heads. Okay, all right, you got to be able to keep up with the room, and these guys are just a little too polite in that way. But I did the bop of this one, and I do like how it is so literal about being suffocated and not being able to breathe. And I thought it was a sturdy rocker. We have a review on Amazon.com where some people like to discover all of their music.
So easy now.
So easy now. This is from Dustin Hodge. He gave it 4 out of 5 stars. His review is titled Solid Debut. He reviewed it on September 4th, 2003. As far as the music goes, there isn't anything to complain about. Like some other reviewers noted, their sound isn't exactly the most original, but the talent the band exudes raises the bar for the genre they are in. And original or not, you just can't help but enjoy it. There's definitely some love and enthusiasm put into the songs, and it shows in the way these guys play. Some highlights are the radio hit Do It Again, and my personal favorite on the album, the title track, Can't Breathe. I really wish I could give this album 3.5 stars instead, only because there isn't a lot of lyrical depth. We've all read bad poetry, and there are some lines that make you cringe when you hear them. A few of the rap lines on Can I Live, for instance. And again, it's a great CD, but nothing terribly groundbreaking. It's too bad they broke up, since I think further CDs would have revealed some amazing stuff as they matured musically. All in all, a very solid debut. If you're in the mood for some new music you can rock out to and you can't figure out what to get, I definitely recommend giving these guys a try.
This is the most Hope Springs Eternal review I've ever heard.
I love the start.
Holy shit. Look, if you've run out of music.
If you've listened to all music made by human beings in the hard rock genre, have I got an album for you.
You're in luck.
Listen, if you're done listening to Troutface, if you're done listening to Betamax, okay, the band, not the format. If you're done listening to these bands everyone knows, and you need a new band.
If you've had enough cellulose and you've enjoyed Kleenex with a Z.
Kleenex with a Z. Litigation waiting with that name. Should we do that? It's got a Z. They can't touch us.
They can't fucking
come for me, fucking Kleenex.
It's Kleenex with a Z.
Kleenex with a Z. See you in hell. See you in hell, real Kleenex.
The parody name. Eat shit. Man, yeah. That's just a hysterical proposition. Look, I mean, if you've gone through Bad Company, you've gone through Foreigner, you've run out of bands.
That's it. The number of bands. It's Toto. It's Asia. And that's it. You're out. You're done with bands. My personal favorite part of the review is after saying there isn't anything to complain about, then complaining that you can't give it 3.5 stars because the lyrics stink.
Nothing to complain about, but this was written by a moron.
Listen, nothing. I got no complaints except
these fucking lyrics.
But other than that, zero complaints.
And also, it just made me feel like this guy was really into the butt.
Yeah, and listen, I recommend this album only after you've listened to all other recorded sounds, all right?
Of all time.
Of all time.
Robert Johnson's complete works.
Listen, once you've gone through every sound effects CD that's available, all right? Definitely check this band out. Listen, if you haven't heard Halloween Sounds 2003 with chains dropping down a staircase, check that out.
Get out of my face.
Get out of my face, because you got to hear it. Then check it out. And then when you're done with that, check out this band. All right, Matt, we've got another interlude instrumental called Fuse that then goes into the song Hopeless.
Mm. Okay, kind of get that. Here's Hopeless. What do you think? What do you think?
Matt, listen, the song might be hopeless, but I know that if you put this on that playlist, you will be hoping for some gains in the gym, baby. This is gym music. This is gym music. Listen, if you listen to this song and said, it's missing something, it's the sound of you putting them
weights
clanking in. That's right. That's right. This is prime gym music right here. All right.
I agree. I agree.
The grinding, the snarling bass sound, and then also calling it hopeless and these lyrics where you waste your life, waste your mind. Now you waste my time. Sounds like a really tough personal trainer. You know, that's what he's going to be saying to you. You know,
Don't
you're
waste
there.
my time.
He said, what are you doing? What are you doing? You call us sit up? I need one more. I need one more. Are you wasting my time?
Don't waste my time.
Don't waste my time. I got up early. I could have slept in. He would never have slept in, but he's just saying this. But I could have slept in, and you're wasting my time. I hear that. I'm like, this is prime. Honestly, if you told me, if you're a personal trainer who listens to the show, and you're like, Lauren, Matt, listen, Hopeless by Boiler Room, yeah, it's on the playlist. It's on. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, so I did perk up because I was immediately like, this is perfect gym music. And when he's like, yeah, I thought that was great. How'd you feel, Matt?
Yeah, I was into it until we got to the chorus, and the chorus kind of took me out. But like, the chug, undeniable.
Oh
like, Like I really liked it. I mean, at this point, that sound is it very much feels like Rock Track 3 on the sampler pack. But knowing that this came out in 2000 softens my criticism of that aspect of it.
Mhm.
But then I just don't dig that chorus. You know, I a little too soft, for me.
Okay. All right. Man, over on Amazon.com, we have a reviewer, and their name is Atom19.
ATOM?
That's correct.
Of course.
They gave this album 3 out of 5 stars with the headline, "Not bad compared to similar artists." They reviewed this on December 21st, 2000.
Oh, same year of release.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of the hip hop influence that's become so common in metal today. Oh boy. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, all right.
Get ready.
Strong start. Most of the bands are too over the top or focus too much on the hip hop side for my taste. Boiler Room has its roots in New York hardcore, so they approach the style a little differently. The lyrics are darker and they play heavy, not just loud. It's kind of like Machine Head's The Burning Red. The singer has an awesome voice when he's not screaming or whispering. We'll go back to that. So for a debut album, they did pretty good. They could use a little more variety in tempo and songwriting. And where the heck is Low Society? That song freaking rocks. It's an old Boiler Room song that didn't make it on the album. All right. First of all, complaining up top about how much you don't like hip hop on an album that does not have any hip hop influence.
Perfect.
Hysterical. Listen, your dog whistles, they're being heard. Secondly, the singer has an awesome voice when he's not
whispering
or screaming. Sir, Adam 19. That's all he does on this album. What are you listening to his voicemails? Do you know him personally? When I talked to him one-on-one after a show,
I told him, I was like,
incredible voice,
the best voice,
sonorous, amazing. But when he's screaming or whispering, you mean everything he does in this album? Yes, don't like it. Did you write this?
No, he is singing a lot.
He is singing, but it is very, I don't know, when he's screaming or whispering, which is a large chunk
half of his vocals, fucking dog shit.
Can't take it.
Hate him.
Can't take
the
it.
other half,
best
vocals I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
Which I guess is the opposite of what I'm saying. Give me him whispering and screaming.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you are very opposite, Matt. All right, Matt. Up next, we have, this is not a Jay-Z cover. It's called Can I Live?
Missed opportunity.
Just when you think life gets clear, a thorn in your side.
Some bullshit.
Matt, I got to tell you, there's nothing worse when you're just living your life and you realize that everyone's conspiring against you.
Yep. It's as easy as that.
It's easy as that because everybody's getting together and they can't stop talking about you. They can't stop.
Yep.
You're the main
Because that's how people work.
Listen, we're all talking about you all the time. Person who's listening to this, I've never met, we're talking about you.
Constantly. Just I know that you cannot shut up about us.
That's right. Yeah. And please stop. And yeah, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah. What did you think?
You know what? The bass line, I was like, yep. I also listened to that Limp Bizkit album. And, this one, there's a rant on it, but it was one of those things where I was like, I wasn't really that into it.
I thought they had something, and then they got away from them.
Yeah.
I almost felt like they were leaning into a Deftones thing. Where I was like, okay, what do we got here? Kind of got a vocal effect going on.
Yeah.
The first thing we get is, the first kind of chorusy thing we get, a little bit distorted. I was like, okay. And then it goes, defiling. And I'm like, fucking get me. If there's an ejector seat on this fucking song, I'd hit it right now.
Yeah, you can't hit me with this. It's got to stop scream part. And then it's like, we are going to stop, though. We will be slowing it down. Just want to let you know. It's got to stop. And what we'll be stopping is the rocking. We're going to slow it down. You could put that on, like I said, gave me a very early Limp Bizkit sour vibe or something like that. But also, if you told me like they were influenced by Red Hot Chili Peppers, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Yep.
Matt, this...
But, I mean, it doesn't have that fucking opening lick from Sour. Come on. So good. That bass part from Sour? Come
So
on.
good. So good.
Great.
So good. All right, Matt. Believe it or not, I ran out of
Reviews?
I ran out of reviews.
That's okay. I think this song will see you through
Woo!
because it'll see through you.
Mm. Oh, Matt, hold on.
Excuse me. Yep. De La Soul. Tommy Boy will see you now.
Oh.
Yep. I understand that you would like some money and your rights for 3 Feet High and Rising, but we're taking a fucking bath on this boiler room. And,
Oh, no.
it's just
Oh,
not
no.
going to happen. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, we'll check in a little bit. Ever work out for them? I don't remember. Matt, this
You sure?
yeah. Matt, this song is about the phonies who want to tell him how to live, and he's no way he's going to live the way that they want him to live because he can see right through them. You can see right through their bullshit. This is one where I'm a little different than that reviewer earlier. I do enjoy the hip hop influence on not only new metal music but on music in general. I enjoy hip hop, and
Same.
I remember thinking on this one, let's lean into it more. Let's lean into it more.
I felt on this whole album that they could have leaned into it a little more.
But when I think about it, it's that thing of 2000. We're already pulling back, like the hip hop influence thing, because at this point we're post Korn issues, where Korn has already decided they're going to pull back on their hip hop sound in their music, and I think that's the general move, and that's why I think we get so much butt, is that everyone decides to pull back, and when they do that, yeah, it just creates more of a butt rock sound. So this one, once again, I wanted them to really lean into it, and they didn't do it. Also, we do have this lyric. This is one of those ones where I'm like, okay, give me more of this weirdness. Can't understand why you tend to betray me, you and your unloyalty. That's a strange turn of phrase. Unloyalty. I would say disloyal. Unloyalty is a new one to me. Also, I do saying I can't understand why you tend to betray me. They, tend to. Yeah, this guy over here tends to betray me.
Tends to betray me.
Tends to betray me. Why do you keep him around? I don't know.
I'm a moron.
I'm dumb as rocks.
You're a fucking idiot.
Listen, I spend most of my time on the surface of the sun eating dirty ass. All right, I'm not the
I'm fucking useless.
All right,
I'm riddled with disease.
Listen, things are bad. All I do is haunt the nightmares of NASA scientists. All right. Listen, over there,
I keep seeing that man on the moon.
I've got access to the Hubble telescope. It's a gift and a curse. You can see the universe, but also you see some things you can't unsee.
Listen, the universe is wild. And so is that guy on the sun.
That guy on the sun is out of his mind.
Chomping cheeks.
Chomping cheeks on the surface of the sun. Matt, we got a couple left, buddy.
Yeah, how long is this fucking album?
Man. It's 47 minutes long.
That's about right.
All right. Up next, Matt, we got Vindictive. He's got this feeling he can't explain. He cannot explain this feeling. Eventually, he does explain the feeling, and the feeling is rage. I love that. What a journey. I got this feeling.
Can't explain it.
Man, I got this feeling I cannot explain.
Okay.
Maybe you can help me with it.
Sure.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm so angry. I'm furious. Do you know what I could possibly be dealing with?
Sounds like rage.
Ooh, you're right, Matt. I'm filled with rage. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the journey of the song. Yet it's also not called rage. It's called Vindictive.
Of course it is.
Because he's got so much rage, and then they contemplate when they see you how they feel, and then they feel vindictive. So they feel rage, and then that develops into feeling vindictive. A real journey of emotions. As I wrote in my notes, he takes us on a journey as he realizes that he is feeling rage. This is a very meaty riff, because there's no ballads for these boys. There's no days off. Boiler room. Straight up boiling. We're not taking a ballad. We're not mid-tempoing it up. And also, we all like Helmet, and so do they. Get that Helmet riff it up. I got a problem with that. So this one, I was like, you know what? I appreciate that they're not deciding like, hey, we got to slow it down a little bit. No, we're gonna rock it right to the end. and also get in touch with our feelings. So I didn't mind this one. I like the meaty riff on it. So all right, Matt.
Yeah, I'm pretty much where I'm going to be on this album. And this song is another rocker for sure, but it doesn't have a lot of upside that would make me feel like rewind that guy.
Gotcha there. Matt, we're on the last song.
Yeah, buddy.
It's called No Reason. So, Matt, this is a song. I wrote down the lyric. Pain is certain in a world that has no guarantee. It's a song about how life isn't fair. Bad things happen. There's no reason behind it. Once again, relatable. It's very true. It's very true. Life, not fair. This one, we're rocking out the door. We got some squealing guitar that I enjoyed. Honestly, I thought this was a pretty solid closer. I saw that it was 5 minutes long, and I was like, uh-oh. But then it's no, they're gonna rock you for 5 minutes. It's a solid rock to the end. Like they don't, once again, no days off. No days off. So I was like, yeah, it's a solid closer. Matt, how'd you feel?
I was listening to it and I was like, musically on board, vocally not on board, and it was consistent throughout the record. So it did not shatter my perception of the band or this record.
Okay.
But it definitely was nice to have kind of a boot stomper at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely boot stomper. 100%. Matt, that's the album. That's Can't Breathe by Boiler Room.
Wow.
And now it's the part of the show where we talk about
canon talk.
Talking about the canon. Matt, is it okay if I start off?
You can absolutely go first.
And Matt, I wrote my take on this as if I was one of those reviewers on Amazon.com.
Oh,
I was
excellent.
I was inspired by them, and you might be able to catch where I took inspiration. This album is solid as a rock, but it can also feel as featureless as a stone on the beach. It does not do enough to distinguish itself, and I can see how a band like Disturbed can take a similar sound but crank up the weird of their frontman to take it to the next level. Never bored, but also never thrilled. Nothing for the canon.
Feels appropriate. Let's see what I got inside the old
All right, Matt.
today.
Yeah, Matt.
Musically, I thought this album was very good. Of the time, catchy riffs, touch monotonous, repetition could have been alleviated by this going down to 10 tracks instead of 13. The musical interludes, honestly, were interesting, but not essential. I would have liked maybe cut one of those and take one of them and kind of make it into a longer track just to see where else it would go. And also maybe to see what your vocalist could do on something like that. Kind of seems wasted to put two much more straightforward hip-hop sounding tracks on the album that you really had no intention on using.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like the type of album that's played in a car by somebody you don't know who says it's the best. And then you're like, I don't know if I'm going to let this guy drive me home in the future. Not into it. Way too close to the butt on the vocalist end. Not enjoying his vocal stylings. Not weird enough. Not pushing it. Just kind of turned into the soundtrack to a horror movie that I'm turning off. Mm-hmm. And for that, nothing in the canon.
Yeah, I do want to say it was on my 3 listens. I was like, we're rocking the whole time. And
I don't think there's anything that I think that's the problem. It's very muted, but it also just kind of feels like very rock and roll.
Yeah,
without being exceptional.
Yeah, the thing though is that I think about some albums we've done where I'm just like, get me out of here. Like I'm losing my mind. Like I'm so bored. And I was never like, I never got bored because they were rocking. And I was like, I was like, okay, this song, the songs differentiated themselves because it was like, this is clearly a song about insomnia. This is clearly a song about patience or lack thereof. Like they made sure that the songs were, I wasn't mistaking one for the other. And I don't know, like it was rock solid in that way that I feel like I could see someone being like, this is kind of an underrated record because it is like a rock solid rocker in the way that you want it to be. And I mean, just honestly, I'll say it's better than any El Nino record I've ever heard. So
Mm.
there's that, they're
But
not
I
there.
would say like the unlikable traits about it are consistent throughout. The likable and the unlikable are consistent throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And in that is why it doesn't ever ascend.
Mm.
Because it's rare that the album is in full lockstep with what each party does well at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make it an unenjoyable listen
Mm-hmm.
on the background or in a car. I imagine this kind of crushes in a car, to tell the
Yeah,
truth.
sounds
It
good.
like definitely makes time go by. Kind of great background rock music. But like sitting here in the way that we listen to it, where it's just like a little more critical on the ear, trying to see what it does, and it's like its faults come through.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, but you know what though? Great for gains. I'll tell you that much.
oh, definitely a gym. If the Boiler Room is the name of your gym,
Mm.
you know,
Oh yeah, then you're
and
rolling.
that ain't cheeks on your face, it's just dust from the plates.
That's it. That's right. There it is. All right, so there you have it. Boiler Room not in the new metal canon, but definitely should be playing at your local Fitness 19. Matt, this just bring us to the end of another episode of Roach Koach.
Sure does.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky. We're on all of those. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. Also, you can, I don't know about liking, but you can definitely subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
It's
Listen to us there. You can leave comments on Spotify. It used to be that I had to approve those comments, Matt. Now it just auto approves it. Anyone can say any old shit, and Spotify's like, sounds good to me.
true.
Put it in there. So yeah, you can leave us comments there, and we'll check those out. And of course, head on over to our TikTok and our Instagram. See our newly viral videos that are going up. Me interviewing Josh Toomey, Matt telling you how bands change music in 60 seconds, and then look at the comments and see if you can find any maniacs. The answer is you will. You will. Maybe they're you. If so, welcome and thanks for listening. Clicks a click, a listen's a listen. And also, send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com.
So many calls to action.
So many calls to action. Pick one.
Patreon. That's it. Go to Patreon. Become a free
Patreon.com.
member.
Yeah.
Become a 7-string member. Whatever you like. Good stuff coming your way on the Patreon.
That's right. Patreon.com/roachcoachpodcast. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lauren, thank you.